Call Deputy Dominic Hannigan. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Alaska Council, and thank you, Minister, for allowing me in tonight. The issues being raised in this motion are ones that I've been hearing from local businesses in my own constituency of Meath throughout the last 4 years of the crisis. And as a small business owner myself, I understand the challenges that are out there for SMEs at the moment. I know how stressful the economic downturn can be to the owner or manager of a small firm. Sleepless nights, stress-filled days spent trying to figure out how you're going to keep on staff, how you're going to grow the business. And that's really why the government is focusing on trying to fix the broken banking system that was left with us by the previous government. The previous government that through their policies or lack of policies and through their regulation or lack of regulation allowed the Irish banking sector to collapse at a huge cost to the ordinary hard-pressed family. And I'm sure, Minister, you must find it very galling to hear the exact same Fianna Fáil TDs who were responsible for the collapse to come in here tonight and in their motion to call for action to be taken to ensure the long-term stability of the banking sector. Well, their heads are all neck and no memory, because if they were paying attention to what we've done over the last few years, they'd see that this is exactly what we've been trying to do through the setting up of the pillar banks nationally and through prioritising the banking union at a European level during our recent presidency. And our efforts are having some impact. There are signs out there that the economy is starting to turn around, but it does take time for this growth to filter down to our local economies. People sometimes need to see signs of growth before they become confident and start to spend again. And there is growth. We've seen 3,000 jobs being created in each of the last few months. The live register has gone down below 400,000 people for the first time in 4 years. Exports are continuing to grow, and our GDP has been forecast to grow by 1.7% next year. And of course, we also expect to leave the bailout programme by the middle of next month. But of course, we need to keep close to what our businesses are saying, to what they think. We certainly don't have all the answers, and that's why I decided during the summer to undertake a business sentiment survey in County Meath. I wanted to understand more about the business climate in Meath right now and what businesses were thinking in relation to the next few years. Over 100 Meath businesses responded, and I'm very grateful to them for taking the time to do that. Overall, the survey showed that Meath businesses are optimistic about the future. There were some positive results from the survey, including that 80% of businesses expect to maintain existing staff levels, 60% expect to see an increase in sales, but there were some worrying themes as well that we need to learn from. Over 75% of businesses made it clear that they didn't think investing was a good idea in the current economic climate. More than half of them said that their experience with banks was poor. Just 10% of them use a website for sales, and many still have concerns about the stability of the economy and feel that it's hard to get funding for investment at the moment. And some of our own government schemes, Minister, they need to improve. For instance, only 10% of Meath firms are successful when they apply to the microfinance loan scheme. Now that compares to 70% success rate in places like Mayo. We need to ask questions about why this is the case, and we need to make sure that these schemes are working for the businesses that need them. We need to improve confidence and get the message out there that we are on the way to recovery and growth. We also need to keep on top of the banks and make sure that they're investing in new businesses to the level that they claim to be. And we need to encourage more businesses to trade online, to sell in continental Europe and beyond, because there is potential markets there that could be utilised.
1 minute.
But the messages, thank you, Alaska Council, the messages that businesses in Meath want this government to hear are that government must reduce the red tape that exists out there. Our domestic economy still needs to be stimulated, and banks still need to do better in terms of lending performance. And I'm sure these messages hold true for the rest of the country as much as they do for Meath. I've passed on this report to the Minister for Jobs so that when his department is preparing the action plan for Jobs 2014, they can hopefully take on board some of these measures. Minister, we're seeing improvements, but we need to do more, and we need to do more particularly in relation to the banks and how they're lending to businesses. Deputy.